Mr. Ban Ki-moon, Your Excellency, you have been a driving force behind adaptation action. What is your hope for this summit?
Well, it's a great pleasure, first of all. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, for hosting this very important summit meeting, and also Minister Cora van Huysen. And also I see Secretary General Antonio Guterres of the United Nations, and I'm also very much honored to participate as a co-chair of this inaugural Climate Adaptation Summit meeting. When I reflect on how we have responded to the global pandemic and what lessons we might have learned these past years, one quality shines through. That is the power of global partnership and collaboration. That's the most important things. In this regard, I'd like to take this opportunity to highly commend the visionary leadership of President Joe Biden of the United States for his decisive action to rejoin the Paris Climate Change Agreement as the first act of his presidency. This means the multilateralism, which has been in disarray during the last 4 years, is now back. Thanks to this spirit of collaboration, we now have promising pathways back to health. If we can do this to fight the pandemic, we can certainly do this and more to help hundreds of millions of people adapt to the accelerating impacts of climate change. We need to start building a better future now. The Paris Agreement recognized that mitigation and adaptation go hand in hand, that they are two equally important building blocks towards a sustainable world that leaves no one behind. Over the past 2 years, the Global Commission on Adaptation has worked hard to elevate the importance of climate adaptation. That work will now be succeeded by the Global Center on Adaptation, based in the Netherlands and led by my very able colleague, Dr. Patrick Verheugen. The GCA's inaugural State and Trends in Adaptation report focused on the context of COVID-19. It stated that we need the 5 to 10-fold increase in funding for adaptation for just the developing world, and yet only a tiny fraction of the trillions of dollars in economic stimulus funds announced so far are being earmarked for climate adaptation. That we have to increase. The main three pillars of our summit is that raise ambition, increase, mobilize finance, as well as forge a partnership. We need a step change in adaptation to protect the world, and especially the most vulnerable people and countries from climate impact. Those of us gathered here today are in the best place to deliver it. The world has a golden opportunity to recover from our health and economic crisis by accelerating adaptation, and we must seize it. You have, I think all of us, global leaders, have a political and moral responsibility to save humanity and our planet. I sincerely hope that with all this multilateralism returning back, Secretary General Antonio Guterres, you really take this opportunity to change the world. And I count on your strong leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ban Ki-moon.